All right, fellas, welcome back. Today we are going to do a defensive breakdown. We're basically going to do a scheme on dollar, right? It's dime 3-2, but that is dollar this year. Let's break this scheme down really quickly. First, let's go to our coaching adjustments. We're going to keep auto flip on for now. We're going to auto align to base, and we're going to set our option defense to conservative. We are not going to mess with our zone drops at all right now, okay? Let's take a look at dime. What do we have here? Well, we've got a cover one man. We've got a little robber concept over here. We've got our zero blitz. We've got cover 4 quarters. We've got cover 6. We've got palms. And we've got DB fire as well as Tampa 2. Okay, and if you'll notice, we've got some matching concepts on both of those. We also have this cover 6 Willie, which is a cover 2 man on one side and basically essentially a cover 2 on the other. And then we have our overload 3 seam, which I think is a great play. And then we have a cover 1 robber. I mean, look at the plays here, but we also have free safety zone blitz. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about the zero blitz. Okay, man defense with heavy blitzes is very popular. We've got 5 defensive backs, one-on-one. This is an all or nothing defense, right? And basically we're just going to come out. So what can we do here? Well, we can pinch our line and press our defensive backs, or we can just pinch our entire defense. That's what I like to do. So we're going to hit R1 and we're going to hit down on the left stick. That pinches our entire defense, okay? And then we are just going to user this guy, and we can go ahead and blitz if we really want to, but we're just going to essentially, we can do it from either side. A gaps tend to come in better, so we can go ahead and use a Ray Lewis if we want. And then we're just going to hover and let this blitz come in. And you can see the pressure got picked up, but it did come in. Very tight defense. Okay, we're going to go ahead and run it one more time. And let this play out. And you see we get really good pressure. So we've got our man pressure setup. I don't think that it's the best pressure that you can get, but it certainly is heavy pressure, and it certainly comes in better in games. And I want to kind of let you guys know that in practice mode, for some reason, dollar just doesn't seem to generate the kind of heat that it normally does, okay, in a game. So the next thing we're going to talk about is cover 4 quarters, right? There's a lot that you can do with this defense. I don't know what we'll just pick white trail. Here we go. Okay. So with cover 4 quarters, there's a lot that you can do. Again, you can pinch your line, you can press or not. I'm not a big fan of pressing, especially when there's stuff deep, but in this formation, I think it's okay. All right. So we've got help back there. So just stock and standard, this is a good defense. If we want, we can take our linebacker in the middle here, square, and we could put him on, a hard flat, and now we've got a Mabel on that side of the field, right? We can do the same thing over here with Ray Lewis. We just put him on a hard flat and put him as a blitzer, and we're in full coverage here, rushing 3, okay? We can contain. And so we have a Mabel on the right side, and we have to worry about the middle of the field, okay? It's a good, solid defense. One thing I would recommend is dragging your safeties down, okay? Cover 4 is a great run defense, okay? But you need to drag those safeties down a little bit closer to the box. They've got plenty of time to get back into coverage, okay, if it's not a run. So that's all that this play is. It's a very solid cover 4 play. You can even do something like this and man this guy up and take L1 and put him in a deep half. right? And if you want, you can go ahead and blitz triangle. Why it's not showing up on the play art, I don't know. There we go. So now we've got some heat coming from the outside. We've got a cover 2 man on the left side, and we've got a Mabel on the right side. And if we want, we can take X and we can put him into an inside third, right? And if we're going to do that, we can go triangle, triangle, circle, and we can put him into a deep half, right? So now we've got a cover 3 with a Mabel. So you can do all sorts of things with this. That's a lot of adjustments, though, right? So if we just reset the play, pinch everybody, and just keep it stock, we have a very good run defense going here, right? And we know that that running back is probably going to run over here or to the outside. And again, we have our safeties dragged down. So whatever the defense throws at us, we're ready for it. If we want, we can do hard flats. You know, we can man up a guy, try right on the D-pad twice, X up on the right stick, and X. And now we've got Lewis covering the tight end, which really actually helps us significantly, because oftentimes this guy's going to come on a post or he's going to come on a corner, right? This guy may come on a streak. He may also be, if we have a double corner, we kind of have to pay attention to that out of this formation. But we've got a very solid defense here with cover 4. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the 2 plays that are the bread and butter out of this formation. All right, we are going to come out in free safety zone blitz. This was a bread and butter defense in Madden 24, and it works the exact same in Madden 25. Okay, and it really doesn't matter. We'll go ahead and pick dagger. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is, we don't like that safety dropping down, right? So we're going to pinch our entire defense. So it's going to be R1 down on the left stick. That pinches our defense. Now we need to do something with that safety. So we're going to go triangle, triangle, L1, and we're going to go put him in a hook curl, which is down on the left stick. Okay? And what I did last year was I basically shaded underneath to create hard flats. Okay? And all we have to do is let this play out. Again, this, in practice mode, this doesn't come in as well, generally speaking, but in a game it comes in very much like it did last year in Madden 24. This A-gap guy will shoot through. It will create havoc for that guard. You want to kind of be closer to the center if you can, and just hover for just a split second, and then you can drop into your zone. Okay, so we're going to let this play out. Hopefully you'll see the A-gap come through. A-gap didn't come through, but trust me, guys, this does work. Okay, so the setup again, pinch, put him into a hook curl, our safety, and we don't really have to do anything other than shade down if we want to. And we just hover here next to the center. And you can see we got it. Let's check the instant replay. Just comes screaming through there. And that will happen much more consistently in a game. Okay? So now let's choose a new play, and let's come out with the bread and butter of this defense. Okay? DB fire. You guys, this is almost the exact same setup as it was in Madden 24. So you can do several different things, but pinching your defense is the easiest thing to do. And this is the Swiss Army knife of defenses, right? This is just an awesome, awesome defense. You can do so many things, okay? It creates great pressure, and it has really good coverage. And you can do so much with the coverage here. For instance, we've got this bunch, formation. So all we have to do is go right on the D-pad twice, click X, and just right on the left stick, and we've now created a Mabel on this right side, right? That leaves us to defend this entire middle of the field. But with this bunch formation, even though we know the play is actually going to have 2 sort of in routes coming here, if we're suspecting corner routes, we've got that taken care of. So all we have to do is let this play out, and you'll see that Again, the heat doesn't come in as well in practice, but this does come in very consistently in a game. So let's let this play out. And you can see the heat comes in pretty well. And again, it comes in much better during a game. So what else can we do with this defense? After we pinch, you know, especially pass committing is really helpful with this pass rush, right? But we can do all sorts of stuff with our coverage. One of the things I like to do as a stock and standard is twice right on the D-pad, press X, press up on the left stick. We've now created a cover 3 shell. Those soft squats do a really good job. Generally, hopefully they'll do a better job as the year goes on and they adjust these zones. But the soft squats theoretically do a pretty good job. I haven't had really too much trouble with the soft squats in games. So, you know, basically what we've done is we've created a cover 3 shell, right? We can also take the outside blitzer, the outside defensive back on the right side, triangle, triangle, R1, up on the right stick, R1. Now we've got the slot receiver manned up, right? So this is a very tight defense. We really just have to worry about the tight end here, maybe the running back coming out of the backfield, but our job is the middle of the field. And let's go ahead and see how this plays out. You can see it does pretty well, right? Pretty well. So all sorts of stuff that we can do, and this is why I call this the Swiss Army knife of defenses, okay? Our setup is so simple, just pinching, you know, and pass committing if we want to. What if we go ahead and man up everybody on the right side? So twice right on the D-pad, X, up on the right stick, X. Triangle, triangle, R1, up on the right stick, R1. Triangle, triangle, circle, up on the right stick, circle. Now we've created cover 2 man on the right side and a cover 2 on the left, okay? Our job is to make sure nothing comes up here and to cover the middle of the field. So let's go ahead and let this play out. And you can see everything is just smothered. This is a Swiss Army knife of defenses, you guys, and it works very well this year. You guys, with the cover 4, with the free safety zone blitz, the DB fire, and our all-out man blitz, right? We've got an awesome defensive formation here. Yet again, this is my go-to along with dime. Right now, this is the defense that makes me happy as a Madden player, because there's so much that we can do with it. And again, disruption, right? They don't expect a cover 3, right? They don't expect a cover 3 with their slot receiver manned up, right? This can really, because I run bunch strong offset, I know what would really piss me off as an offensive player, having this guy manned up and having this cover 3 over here, or even manning him up on the tight end would just piss me off like you wouldn't believe. It really causes problems, you guys. That's why this DB fire is, in my opinion, the best defensive play in Madden last year and this year. It is just killer. So you guys, that is dollar or dime 3-2 now in a nutshell. So many good plays, so many options, and now that we have the A gap, even with this cover 2 man, we've got an A gap blitz that we can set up, right? The cover 1 robber press, we've got the A gap blitz. If we flip the cover 3 hard flat, we've got the A gap blitz set up now, right? And then the free safety zone blitz. And I just don't even know what to say. I'm so happy that this is in the game. I'm so happy, And then, this hot blitz, honestly, you can generate a crap ton of pressure with that. And the overload 3 seam, I'm going to go over this really quickly. The overload 3 seam is just like the free safety zone blitz, except everything is already set up for us. All we have to do is pinch. And we not only have the A gap, but we have the outside blitzer now. And if we shade down, right, we've got the exact same setup as we did last year, and this will create heat. Let's let this play out. And again, this works better in games. Let's play it one more time. And I promise you guys, the heat is even greater than that in a game, okay? Don't let this dollar or dime 3-2 in practice fool you. It really does scream pretty well in games, okay? And, you know, aside from these meta blitzes, again, I think having solid pressure is the most important thing. Meta blitzes can get picked up. Solid pressure is still solid pressure, right? If you're blitzing 3 and you're tricking stuff, people can eventually learn how to block that stuff. But we're rushing 5 guys here at odd angles. We are going to get heat more often than we aren't, just naturally. Okay? So you guys, I think that dollar is the best defense right now, next to probably double mug. As our players get faster in mutt, I think dollar is going to overtake double mug. I think people are going to learn how to deal with double mug, and also I think that they're going to patch it a little bit. But right now, if I had to pick, I'd probably go with dollar simply because of DB Fire 2 and free safety zone blitz, you guys. So this is a great defensive formation. This is a great scheme. Your Tampa 2, it's another Swiss Army knife. You can do the same thing that you do at DB Fire. With the Tampa 2, you can create double Mabels super easily, and you have an excellent coverage defense, right? So you guys, this is a short defensive scheme, but it's everything you need. DB Fire 2, free safety zone blitz, overload 3 seam, right? And then obviously we've got our 0 blitz, right? And then cover 4. And we have tons of matching principles. Just, again, I'm giddy with joy. I know that sounds really creepy to say, but I literally am giddy with joy that this is back in the game. I thought that it would be nerfed or completely taken out this year. So, you guys, I hope this video has been helpful for you. Please go out, experiment with this, use it in a game. You'll see the pressure comes in better. Get good with Swiss Army knifing, you know, your DB Fire, and be on the lookout for the next video. As always, have a great day.